The eThekwini Municipality is expected to relocate residents living in impoverished settlements on riverbanks to much higher, safer grounds. Officials hosted Environmental Affairs Minister Barabra Creecy in Durban, who conducted an oversight visit in the aftermath of the deadly floods. Take a look at this.
Impoverished communities have been bearing the brunt of climate change.
The great injustice of climate change is that those who have contributed the least to climate change are the ones who are going to suffer. But when you sit and listen to stories of a grandmother who stood up to her neck in water, holding her grandchild above her head in order to save the life of that child, it brings home to you in an extremely severe way what we mean when we say that the most vulnerable people in society are going to bear the burden of climate injustice.
The government has acknowledged that residents living in settlements on riverbanks like this one need to be relocated urgently, as the threat of global warming means more natural disasters are imminent.
Following the 2019 storm or floods that happened in 2019, we started a process of moving people who have settled in floodplains, such as the same people who are in this community that we are speaking about, that we just visited. We are building a settlement just above where they live. I think about 400 houses that we are building just above where they live, where we are hoping to move them from the riverbank to those formal houses.
Meanwhile, this community has partnered with the University of KwaZulu-Natal to allocate environmental monitors who will receive information about impending severe weather patterns to determine whether residents must be evacuated.
Although the occurrence of extreme weather events is increasing as a result of climate change, globally there is a proportional decrease in the number of people that are being killed in these extreme weather events. And that is as a result, first of all, of the benefits of scientific weather prediction, and secondly, as a result of the benefits of community organization and early warning systems. So while we are, unfortunately, all of us going to have to live with climate change and the terrible extreme weather events that it's going to bring with it, we are not completely helpless in the face of that.
And on the global warming front, South Africa is working towards a just transition to reduce its carbon footprint.
Those who are least responsible for climate change must not pay for the transition. We're doing a lot of research with Eskom on decommissioning. I think there's about 8 of their power stations that are due for decommissioning by 2030. We're looking at repurposing of those power stations, but more importantly, we are looking at how are we going to create upstream and downstream industries around those repurposing programs that are going to provide work for not only the workers currently in those power stations, but also the whole community in those areas who are dependent on the coal value chain for their livelihoods.
For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Karinda Jagmohan in Durban.